Wenatchee housing hot takes for July 2026. I'm Nick McLean, owner of the Nick McLean Real Estate Group, and today I'm going to be covering with you the hot takes in the housing market. Luxury million-dollar homes, rentals, Airbnbs, land, first-time home buyers, and are prices going up or are prices going down? Let's first start with Airbnbs and luxury million-dollar homes. We've seen a massive increase in million-dollar homes hit the marketplace over the last 12 months, especially homes that are vacant or unoccupied. These are the second homes, vacation homes, and Airbnbs that people aren't using. See, everyone loves owning these homes when prices are going up. But when prices start stabilizing or trending down, everyone sells these homes or they want to get rid of the home because they're not utilizing them. The other thing that we saw happening is Airbnb, their rental rates have gone down. That COVID boom where everyone was getting $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a night in Lake Chelan or Leavenworth, those days are over. The same home that was getting $1,200 a night in Lake Chelan is getting like $600 or $700 a night. And instead of a 7-night stay, they might get a 3-night stay. So these Airbnbs aren't making as much money as they used to. At the same time, with inflation, the costs have gone up. So the maintenance, the wear and tear, the utilities, the energy costs, and everything that goes into owning an Airbnb, those costs have gone up. So revenue's down, costs are up. People are selling their Airbnbs. In fact, I think it's a smart thing that they are selling those because I don't see that trend changing. Because in the future, the permits are going to expire and you can't even transfer your short-term rental permit. So luxury home inventory is rising. The next topic is rentals. We've seen an increase in the number of rentals available on the marketplace throughout North Central Washington. And what that has done is it's actually made rental rates go down. There's a lot new apartment complexes that come on the market. I mean, we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of units have come on the market, and that's made rental prices go down. So vacancies are up. So like if you own a rental, like you probably are experiencing, turnover. And when you have turnover, it takes you longer to find a renter to take over that lease. And you're getting a little bit less on that rental. So what we've seen is we've actually seen more landlords hit the marketplace and try to sell their home on the open marketplace, like single family homes, duplexes, fourplexes, which I think is really, really good for investors out there to look online and find rentals. At the same time, we've seen sellers on single family homes hit the marketplace and get a little bit nervous after 30 days, 40 days, 60 days. Like they actually expect their homes to sell in 60 days or 30 days and they're a little nervous. And they don't really want to pay their mortgage payment. So they're canceling their listings and they're putting it in the rental pool. So we're seeing an increase in people like, hey, instead of selling my house, maybe I'll just rent it short term, right? That usually happens when days on market increases. And so we've seen that as the trend line. This is the hot take, is that when you put your home on the market, if you don't choose the right agency like the Nick McLean Real Estate Group, you might be 30, 60, 90, 120 days, right, paying a mortgage or holding onto the house before you get a buyer. The next topic is land. We're seeing an increase in the number of land listings on the marketplace. This includes unimproved land, so recreational land. During COVID or just post-COVID, it was really popular to buy rural land. So Badger Mountain, Waterville, McNeil Canyon, Iniat, Orondo, Rock Island, Malaga, Wenatchee. People were buying up all land and inventory just went down like crazy, which made prices go up on land. Well, we're starting to see those listings and other land ownership that they're not utilizing hit the marketplace. Just like the million-dollar homes or Airbnbs. Anytime you own real estate that's not being utilized or used and prices stabilize or start going down, everyone wants to sell them. And when everyone wants to sell them, then the prices continue to go down and they start tumbling downhill. The good news, and I'm going to foreshadow this, I'm going to be talking about prices. You're going to find out what I think prices are going to do in the future. But land is going to continue to increase. So if you're a buyer looking at land, more selection, more opportunity. If you're looking to build, there's a lot of different land opportunities to build on. Here's the thing. Not everyone's looking to build. So because there's more land on the marketplace, that means less people are building. So if you talk to your builder out there, your custom home builder, or your local builder, ask them, how busy are they? How many homes are they building right now? And how many future projects do they have down the line? I'm finding that the builders, the custom home builders, they're still busy now, but they don't have a lot of future orders when it comes to custom homes. And so that's a trend that you should be following very, very closely. The next topic is first-time home buyers. We are seeing an increase in first-time home buyers. Now, traditionally, first-time home buyers are about 37 to 42% of the marketplace. Well, that dropped considerably. In fact, the average first-time home buyer is 40 years old or 41 years old, which is kind of crazy when you think about the average first-time home buyer being that old in the marketplace. Well, they're starting to come back. The challenge with the first-time home buyers, and this has always been the challenge, is they don't have a lot of savings. So they don't have that 10%, 20% down payment. So we're seeing a trend in first-time home buyer down payment assistance programs. So what they'll do is they'll get the down payment assistance, do an FHA loan, and basically get into a house for little to no down. And you might be saying, well, I would never advise someone to do that. Well, guess what? They want to be a homeowner, and it's a good move for them to do that. Now, as a homeowner, you need to expect to pay seller credits. Because these buyers don't have a lot of down payment, they're going to ask the seller to pay for their loan. And you might be thinking, well, I would never pay for someone else's loan. Well, you will in order to get your home sold. In fact, you probably will have to get your home sold. So I just heard this from one of my agents. They wrote an offer for $475,000 with $10,000 in seller credits. So it's not a full price offer, it's actually an offer of $465,000. That's the only difference. So as a hot take and a trend, sellers are 100% paying seller credits, unless the buyer is a cash buyer. But guess what? The cash buyer wants a credit too. They just want it off the price. So it's the same difference. So as a seller, expect to pay seller credits. Now, final topic is prices. What are prices doing now? And what do I believe prices will do in the future? Prices right now have shocked me. They're actually stable or going up. We've seen a 7% increase in home values over the last 12 months, which was shocking to me. However, the trends that I'm seeing show me that inventory is increasing, days on market's increasing. That would allude to or tell me that prices are going flat or they're going to go down in some areas. I believe homes below $500,000, the prices might actually go up because of the first-time home buyers coming in, but homes above 500 in the 6, 7, 8 million and in the Airbnb vacation home market, those prices are going to come down. Same thing with land. Land prices are going to start to come down as inventory increases. However, there is a window for people with Airbnbs, vacant lands, and rentals to sell those homes now or those assets now and get the cash. And what you do with the cash is up to you. Maybe you put in the treasury bond, maybe you put it in the stock market, maybe you put it in a trust or have a way to divvy it up with your kids or your grandkids for estate planning. But it's probably a smart thing to do, especially if you have a rental. We've seen that too, with people are selling their rentals because they know their kids don't want to take over the rentals that they have. So if you're curious to know what your home's worth, and this is very confusing out there, if you go online and go to a Zestimate or go to some other website that is nationwide, a nationwide portal, you're going to get a nationwide view of what your home's worth. To find out what your home's truly worth in Wenatchee or what your land's worth truly in Wenatchee, you need to go to a local expert. So we have a website for you called wavalues.com. wavalues.com. You go there, you enter in your address. It's our website, a local real estate broker headquarters in Wenatchee, Washington that serves Leavenworth all the way up to Oroville and Moses Lake, Grant County and Kittitas County. It's going to dial in your home value and give you it within 5 minutes or 3 minutes. It's going to give you a value of what your home's worth. It's pretty dang accurate. It's going to give you a really good idea. It's actually going to be far more accurate than your tax assessment that you got, because tax assessors look at data that's a year or 2 years old. This is going to take real-time data. If you want a professional to come to your house, our team at no obligation, no cost will go to your house and give you a broker price opinion. This is the opinion of value that's going to be very accurate. I'm talking within 1%, 2% of the market, and we're going to be able to tell you how long it would take to sell. So an accurate report, more accurate than an appraisal, you can have us come over to your house. If you want to get a broad stroke but very accurate online report, go to wavalues.com.